Hello, my moonbeams. I am so happy to have you here. I have a bit of a channeled message to start out. If you don't want to listen to that, go ahead and skip ahead until you start seeing the cards. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the astrology going on. This is like a new 7-year cycle beginning specifically with Uranus and Gemini until 2033. Okay, you could be seeing, if this is it's gonna be really significant for a lot of people, where you're sitting there looking at what you do not want to repeat that you've repeated, someone specifically here for probably 2 7-year cycles. Okay, the 7-year cycle will affect thinking, communication style, perception of info, and decision making processes. Okay, so we talked a lot about in the last reading about the flip of a switch on a lot of things that could be very much where you are, like change just happened overnight. Okay, the last time Uranus was in Gemini, there were significant like technological breakthroughs, educational reforms, which we've already been able to see for quite some time, like and specifically in the college realms, where education is becoming more accessible to more people. Okay, and what I mean by that is like online, going online has made it a lot easier for people to complete degrees. You don't have the restrictions you once had where you had to be in class and all of those things. Uranus is the planet of change, disruption, insights, and freedom. So Uranus, for me, Uranus falls in my 3rd house. Okay, so that, and just as Uranus, the 3rd house governs communication, learning, how we navigate our environment. So it's like a very similar, like it's almost like a double a double whammy for me in those areas, specifically communication. So let's say you were someone who it was hard to like communicate your truth a lot. Okay, like maybe people pleaser tactics. Okay, and you wouldn't really speak up for your truth or the things you really wanted, even if it was truly coming from the heart. Okay, if you felt like someone deemed it wrong in any way, you just would push that down. Okay, well, now's the time to really speak up for your true wants and needs and feelings, and to not hide yourself anymore. We just had a dragonfly fly by. I feel like that's confirmation, because dragonflies are all about spiritual awakening, right? And so once you awaken, it's very hard to not speak your truth. Uranus also breaks down the old, for liberation and outdated patterns. Okay, and I'm just being pulled specifically to the way like relationships have worked for so long, and the way we have kind of just fallen in line with what we need or what we're supposed to do. You grow up morally correct, you listen, to the rules of the church, you get married, you have a family, you don't cheat, all of those things. It's like there was only one path written for us, and we're finding and seeing, with the love is love movement and all other things, like as long as nobody's being hurt and there's not bad intentions, what does it matter who loves who? Things of that nature. A sense of liberation when it comes to that. Like, it doesn't all have to look the same. We aren't all the same. And by trying to fall into these same patterns or labels, it creates such a sense of unhappiness for a lot of people who have been afraid to speak up because of what is socially acceptable, right? So we can see how this is projected out into our 3D realm, how it's been projected. And there's still been a lot of fear, you know, coming out and saying what you truly want and things like that. Specifically, I'm picking up on a divine masculine and feminine. That's one of the sole reasons they aren't together here, is because of what other people will think. They are morally sound people. There's something taboo here, okay? So I just wanted to implore you to look to see, this is important for some of you, to look to see where Uranus falls in your chart. I'm picking up for a lot of you, it may be in the house of love and like relationships. So something big is going to change over the next 7 years for you. And it's a lot of old patterns, like things you may have felt you needed to do to receive love in your life. It's like no more, right? I'm seeing the Queen of Swords in my mind's eye. It's like no more of that. Like, I don't care. You know, I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to stand strong, and I'm going to have my boundaries. And it's like even looking at patterns of like, wow, I can't believe I allowed that. I can't believe I thought like I was worthless and unless I had love from another person type energy going on here for sure. Spirit was calling me to a specific song. It's been kind of popular lately, so it felt, I'm going to be really honest, it felt to me like I was just hearing it in my head because it's been so popular lately. But then they called me to a specific verse, okay? And it wasn't like the main verse or anything like that. And this is Ordinary by Alex Warren, and they were calling me to the very first verse of the song. And I wrote it down here for you so I can read it. They say, the holy waters watered down, and this town's lost its faith. Our colors will fade eventually. So if our time is running out, day after day, we'll make the mundane our masterpiece. And then they were calling me also to a movie that I haven't seen. I did watch the preview for it some time ago. I could not think of the name to save my life, and I was having such trouble trying to find it so I could connect the relevance here. But this movie, and it's not like a mainstream movie, it's called We Are Ready, okay? And it's as asteroids threaten to wipe out all life on Earth, Rose and Michael embark on a cross-country road trip to see her grandmother one last time before they all perish. Along the way, the couple encounter lost souls from different backgrounds, each looking for something different out of the end. But there's this clip in the preview where they're kind of talking about like having a chance, or like how they almost got together in high school, but it like never worked out. And it's like, there's something tied to this energy of like, it took the world ending, for them to come together and like see, or it's like sheets to the wind, or whatever that saying is. It's like, what does it matter now? All these rules, the world's ending, you know, so now we can be together. It's like almost like this masculine is feeling that, like there's so much uncertainty to the trajectory of society and the world. It's like, what if I never get my chance to say how I feel? What if I never get my chance to experience this? You know, it's like a recognition of the deep regret they would have. And another song is coming to me now. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? It's like when pigs fly energy here, okay? And it's like, and I'm just hearing, what is it all for? What is it all for? What is holding back on this all for? Because it's certainly not for this person, either of you, right? You're not holding back for yourselves. It's due to what others will think. All right, that is the very deep, intense channeled message here, but I do want to pull some cards and just see where this goes. Oh my God, Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. Exactly. Okay, exactly what we're talking about. I said I saw the Queen of Swords in my mind's eye. Okay, this feminine here is in a no F's giving, and not, that doesn't mean like I'm just gonna go out and hurt people, but it's like you're finally standing up for yourself, okay, and for the things you need in this life. And that doesn't mean you're not being your giving, unconditionally loving, beautiful self. Okay, there's a difference. It means your boundaries are strong and tight, okay? And you're not letting yourself be a pushover anymore. You're not letting people step over your boundaries and say it's okay. Your boundaries are strong, okay? I'm just seeing like a dam, okay? Okay, they're giving it to me in two respects too, like this dam as your boundaries, and then a dam breaking as the energy of these emotions and feelings for one another. Interesting. Okay. See what wants to come out in the cards. We're just going to roll with this. We have strength, courage, passion, subtle power, persuasion, influence. Something really significant with the infinity sign here. You could be seeing random infinity signs. That this energy did come up some time ago for me, maybe a week or two ago. I was seeing infinity signs in random places, and I did, this is in one of my readings a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago, where I was on one of my walks and I saw a infinity sign, like it was like a paper clip, and it was in the infinity symbol, and I was like, wow, that's so random. I wonder, you know, how that happened. So something about that energy, you could be seeing that. Ooh, 4 of Wands. Wow, if the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Something about the energy of this earth is pushing. We have Leo and Aries energy here. Something about the energy of this earth, okay, is pushing this masculine to break here, okay? And then we have the 3 of Swords. So this is letting go of this negative self-talk, okay, of like beating yourself up for your feelings, okay? And 3 of Swords can typically be like third-party energy, right? But it's like there's a lot of negative, there has been a lot of negative self-talk surrounding this. And or just beating yourself up. And I'm getting the chills, like upper body chills really strong right now. So if that's you, this is confirmation. Okay, there's a lot of negative self-talk surrounding this, like you're a bad person for the way you feel. And this could be the masculine. If it's you as the feminine, or if it's your feminine who is tied up here, this masculine has felt bad for their feelings, okay? Not speaking their truth because they didn't want to cause a tower in the feminine's life here, okay? They've very much been working on their pentacles here. Taurus energy, okay? Kind of like I'm going to put my head down and work, and I'm going to wait for some type of sign or signal from this feminine that it's safe to come in. And I think they're realizing here that that's not going to happen. You know, that they can't wait any longer. There's an energy of they can't wait any longer. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles energy. They can't sit in this despair anymore. They're very, very sad and emotional over this. Taurus energy twice here. Okay. We have Libra, Aries, Leo, Taurus. They can't sit in this. They cannot sit in this worry anymore over this situation. They can't just put their head down and pretend to work anymore. Well, they are working, but oh, the world. recognition that they know you're their world. Okay, they know that you're part of this, you're part of this vision that they have for themselves, okay? But also there's this energy of feeling like this connection could save the world in some sense. And that sounds crazy, but it's not only just this connection. It's about all of these connections realizing the world's need to see this type of love. Okay, we have 3 of Pentacles. Capricorn energy here, energy of literally asking for help. Like, what do I do? But, you know, trying to seek out like the right help. This could be even counselors or even psychics, mediums, okay? Trying to get some sort of direction or idea here with the Page of Wands. Some sort of new idea of how do I do or what do I do? Okay, maybe there's been a disconnect for a long time here, okay, with the 5 of Pentacles, isolation from each other. There's been a balancing that is needed to take place with Temperance, Sagittarius energy, okay, balancing with oneself, because when you're not balanced and you don't have clarity, it makes it a lot more difficult to make a decision, right? So this profound healing that's going on within both the masculine and feminine here is going to make the path unfold. You know, it's going to give a sense of clarity that is needed here in order to come forward passionately and having the confidence here with the strength that you're making the right decision here, okay? Because you don't want to have this like 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups energy, this worry, fear, anxiety surrounding your decision. It's going to be a very bold decision here. Okay. Okay. What is this profound healing spirit going on between the masculine and feminine? Just keep hearing that song, that one line. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? It's like this worry that the world's going to end and that they never experience this. And it's that feeling is treacherous to them. Mother of Earth, fertile ground. Okay, so coming through really strongly, healing money wounds. Okay, the Chiefess, so we have strength tested again. Okay, the Temperance, this has taken a lot of patience. We have 8 and 40 here. This has taken so much patience. Someone could really love orchids here, specifically like the purple white-ish orchids. Your strength has been tested. We have the infinity symbol here again. So definite confirmation for those of you who have been seeing infinity symbols lately. There's also a recognition of really wanting a family with this coming out a bit under the world here. Okay. And time is of the essence when it comes to that too. The masculine really realizing the time they're wasting on having this family. Also, not feeling as if they were deserving of a beautiful family for some reason. So maybe one or both parents were absent in their childhood here. Okay, what else? From the movie, they're just, Michael and Rose could be significant names. What else, Spirit? What is this profound healing between the counterparts? What is this profound healing, the unknown. Okay, this has been scary, as I was saying, 4-4, and I just talked about Michael. So I'm getting Archangel Michael. This is protected, but the healing of the fear of the unknown. Okay, because it's like you jump off this cliff and you finally speak your truth and you go after what you want, and it's like the entire world around the both of you is going to fall, is going to tumble, is going to tower, or at least that's how it's going to seem. And the both of you are going to rebuild such a beautiful world, but it's because the two of you care so profoundly about others. There's been a fear of how this will affect everybody around you, right? And with that selflessness, not going after your wants because of that, feeling like that's very selfish, a very selfish thing to do, okay? When in reality, it's just in need of a different perspective, because seeing the world around you, seeing this type of love is going to be very healing for so many people, okay? We're in a time period where the way a lot of us grew up was very traumatic, and that is being reflected in the world right now, okay? Abuse, whatever, cheating, addiction, all types of things that were just acceptable, okay? Just having families without any type of healing if it was needed, and just repeating cycle after cycle, okay? And it's like it ends with you, and the specific planet placement of Uranus and Gemini is very significant. This is a new 7-year cycle, and it's like I said, with the Queen of Swords energy, you're putting your foot down now. Doesn't matter your age, you're putting it down now, and you're saying, this ends with me, okay? It doesn't matter if you have children and they're already a little bit older. You are causing the ending in this now. The Star, spiritual rebirth, Aquarius energy, 17 could be significant. That is absolutely beautiful. Just confirmation that healing is happening. Healing is I just got the chills. Healing is happening within both these counterparts right now. Profound, deep, rooted healing, okay? All these subconscious blocks that have been really holding you back. I keep getting the chills like in my shoulders and chest. So if that's you, this is absolute confirmation. Man, for the first time, outside my window is like very eerily quiet, and there's not a lot of movement. There's always so many birds and butterflies and dragonflies, squirrels, rabbits, everything going on out here. And it's eerily quiet. It's like the world knows like this is about to happen, you know? Manifestation, beautiful. We have Saturn energy here. So Capricorn energy. This is about discipline, okay? The feminine's intense discipline right now, which helps that clarity, like I said, clarity on what you want to manifest, okay? And then also the success in manifestation, right? Whew. This is an intense reading, but I'm like, I can't stop smiling. I feel like these two are going to be so crazy happy, like the rest of your lives, just living in pure bliss. It doesn't even matter what you go through because you have each other. The High Priestess, intuition and knowingness. Okay, you are a spiritual teacher of some sort, okay? You have a mission. You have a mission to help people heal here. So here's Saturn again, okay? So you you are meant to be an intensely disciplined person, okay? And may not be even ready to hear that right now, because there's this energy of like almost mourning that others are allowed to just have fun. And you've always felt this. You've always felt this in your life, like an intense pressure. Nobody was putting on you, but an intense pressure. Like you may have even had parents that really didn't put pressure on you. You put pressure on yourself. But this is part of your destiny. This is part of your what you're meant to be doing in life, your soul's journey, because you are meant to help people heal, okay? Profoundly. And that takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of discipline with everything in your life, okay? This is a 2 here, so 222 could be significant to you, and that's just confirmation. I feel like I had so much more to say on that, and they just stopped me. It's like, you know, the shaman. Wow, I was gonna say shaman energy with this manifestation card. So very interesting. You have shamanistic roots, okay? I'm feeling shamanistic and witch roots here, okay? Both sides here. You have both profoundly. Discovery of witches could be significant for you here. You may want to dig deep into your ancestral history to try to see these links for confirmation, okay? You powerful psychic energy for this feminine here, and possibly for the masculine as well. Wow, very, very powerful energy. The ancestral force, completion, 10-10 could be significant here. You could be seeing 10-10. There is a lot of completion going on, I'm telling you, with this new 7-year cycle. This is very, very important for whoever comes to this reading. If you come to this reading and you listen to this entire reading, this is absolutely for you, okay? All right, let's get messages from the guides, okay? The Andromeda, this is by Spiritual Infusion 1111. We're just gonna get like some advice here on this healing journey, and then we'll dig into the connection a little bit, okay? Stay curious. A curious mind leads to continuous learning, discovery, keeping life interesting and fulfilling. Energy of like, be a yes woman right now, okay? Or a yes man, okay? Get out there. Get out of that hermit stage is coming through. Patience with others. We did have temperance over here. Just as you are on a journey, so are others. Practice patience and understanding with people, okay? As you heal, as you really let yourself heal at this time, some resentment may come up for some people, especially really close in your life, okay? This is for someone very specific. Just let it come up, okay? You're okay for feeling resentment. You're allowed to feel resentment. Let it come up and process it. Love unconditionally. Yes, you are allowed to have your feelings and your boundaries and still love unconditionally. It can go hand in hand. Love yourself and others without conditions. This kind of love fosters true connections and healing. You got to feel that resentment and process it in order to let it go. You don't want to hold on to that. None of us want stuck energy, okay? Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your small victories. This builds confidence and positive momentum. I'm getting really strongly here that you've actually met some very intense goals recently, or a goal recently, and struggled to find happiness in that, okay? You're not letting yourself be happy for anything, somebody here. Seek inner harmony. Strive for inner harmony. When your thoughts, words, and actions align, you find true peace. Okay, so something here about if you say you're going to do something, do it. Build that trust with yourself, okay? Life's journey. Beautiful. Life is a journey, not a destination. Appreciate and learn from each experience along the way. Humility, recognize that you don't have all the answers. Humility allows for growth and learning. Yeah, we can always learn from other people, okay? And that's beautiful. You know, when you meet somebody new or you're starting a new friendship, ask yourself, what can I learn from this person? What am I learning from this person? Is this valuable to me? Non-attachment. While enjoying life's pleasures, practice non-attachment to avoid suffering caused by clinging to things or outcomes. I'm feeling strongly here that this has been something that has been profoundly healed within the person listening to this reading. Okay, whereas material things maybe were really big to you, and this came from a childhood wound. At some point, you've been able to let this go, okay? You've been able to stand on your own without jewels, without everything around you, and knowing your worth just as you are. That's coming through very strongly here. Self-compassion. Be kind to yourself in moments of struggle. Self-compassion is key in emotional healing. And again, back to the resentment just keeps coming up. So that's what I'm rolling with here. Again, back to the feeling of resentment. Let yourself feel it so that you can heal it and have compassion with yourself. You're allowed to have feelings, right? I implore you to dig into those feelings. Why are you feeling that way? And like journal about it. What made you feel that way specifically? Because in that, with the Queen of Swords energy, that is showing you where your boundaries need to go up, okay? So look at it from that perspective. And that's beautiful energy. Okay. We are going to look at the Love Oracle and dig a little bit deeper into these two that are connected. These two that are meant to change the world here. Depth, awareness, importance, and value. Look at that flame. Awareness of this connection. Awareness that it's not only about a romantic connection, but a mission. A profound mission. Okay, so there's been a recent recognition on both sides that I need to take this healing seriously. I need to stop messing around. I need to stop procrastinating. And I need to do the healing I know I'm meant to do, no matter how hard it is, no matter what people think, okay? I got to fill my cup at this time. And an energy of praying for strength recently to be able to do this. Influences, attachments, third parties, peers, right? Letting go of what people think. Both sides. Okay, this is profound on both sides because this has to happen. These two can't come together if they care too much what others think, because that's a part of the mission. It's going to be a bit of a bumpy road, but that's the point, because once this love is seen, it's going to be hard to unsee. Okay, there's going to be a realization like, wow, these two were meant to be together, from everybody, even the people that have doubt. Heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. Okay, there was this energy of uncertainty between the two of you, okay? But that came from the lack of confidence, the lack of clarity, and confusion. There was real confusion on, why has this come into my life? I wasn't looking for this. I'm not sure what it is. Like, and especially for the people who were tied to things. Am I just bored in my current relationship? Am I just going through a midlife crisis? There was all these questions and confusions and things that needed to be sorted through. Okay, but as you go through this healing, these things will become clear. Beauty, charming, graceful, and kind-hearted. The butterfly. That's beautiful. That's how they see you. Just so beautiful inside and out. It's not even just about physical appearance, but this is vice versa, okay? You could have told them they were beautiful too, even if they are a masculine. Bluff, pretending, mask, exaggeration. Okay, I'm getting strongly worry behind maybe exaggeration of things they were saying, you were saying about what you were doing or accomplishments or anything like that. It's like none of that's gonna matter. None of that's gonna matter because this mission here is so profound. And it's really, the past isn't gonna matter at all. It's going to come together and utilize all your strengths of your past, okay? And all the pain that you've been through. But it's going to bring all of those intricacies together for the best for everybody around you. Okay? And that's all you need to focus on. The divine mission of the divine counterparts. Chasing. Okay, so somebody was chasing somebody here, obviously. Duh. That's the energy of the flames, right? There was chasing energy here, and with the spider here, somebody was being elusive. Somebody was scared of this. Purple flowers could be very significant. Purple roses specifically, that could be your favorite flower. Fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, fantasizing. Not realizing how over the manifestation card here too, that you're daydreaming, the two of you daydreaming about being together is a form of manifestation. Not even realizing that you're calling this in. You're just sitting in your little bubble. Like, this is where I feel safe to dream or fantasize about this. And it's, as you both do it, manifesting this together. Pride. So there was a lot of ego here. And not even, like, I'm not getting like a mean pride, but it's just like ego and stubbornness surrounding. It's really tied to what people think here. Somebody could be the year of the tiger. Both of you could be the year of the tiger. I want to get, second chance and obsession and distracted. Okay, again with the procrastination. Okay, there was a lot of delay. Both sides trying to distract themselves from this connection. Okay, both sides having a huge obsession at one point or the other, okay? Could have gone back and forth with this chasing energy. And we have second chance here, okay? And it really is they're pulling me back to the movie now. When we are ready, the movie, okay? If you want to go watch that and see what significance or what comes out in your intuition with that. But it's like the world had to get this bad for us to realize that what matters and that following our heart does matter. It's like someone sitting here questioning themselves, what if this is my only life? And I never, ever get to experience the love of my life. All right, we're gonna get some messages from your person, and then I'm gonna close out the reading with a Rumi message, if you want to stick around for that. If that's not your jam, no worries. Okay. Lover Oracle to get messages from your person. How could you ever forgive the mess I've made? They feel like they made it worse by not saying anything. They were trying, with the 444, Archangel Michael's coming again. They felt like they were trying to protect you by not speaking their feelings because this was going to blow up your whole life. Okay? But they feel like they made even more of a mess by not speaking their truth when they had the chance. Here, people don't believe in me. Oh, that just made me get like an energy of sadness. And then I just heard, like you do. There's a sense that you really believe in them for some reason, and they're not sure why. They're not sure why. I am stuck in visions of us together. Yes, with the fantasy. If the world is ending, you'd come over, right? Will you leave me like the others? Such fear surrounding letting you in as well, because they felt like if this ever ends, it will be the end of me. You've triggered me. Bottom of the deck wanted to come out, they have hurt me. So something about their past, they felt like this was going to repeat and they did not want to feel that pain anymore. Drama and childhood trauma. Yes. Okay. There was drama surrounding this connection. People were talking. I'm getting just people talking in my mind's eye. So people were talking surrounding this connection, even though I'm getting it never went anywhere. Like there were no boundaries crossed here. Don't put up with my BS. You were kind of putting up with a little bit of manipulation here. I think they really wanted you to chase them. They were enjoying you chasing them. This love is crazy. I don't want to be alone. And then I just heard any more. So possibly this masculine has been alone. So maybe the person listening here has been the one having a hard time making a decision. Okay, let's close this out with a Rumi oracle. Spirit, please give us a good one. What do we need to hear about this message? What do we need to hear about this message? What do we need to hear to close out this message? Oh, this deck is so hard for me to shuffle. There we are. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I just got the chills. That is absolutely beautiful. We have 35, which is deduces to 8, which is the infinity symbol once again. Okay, this is a divine connection. We have the lover and the beloved. Oh, I have the chills so bad right now. So bad. Because I just know this message is going to be profound. Okay, 35, the lover and the beloved. Where are we? Okay. When you move beyond consciousness, you caress the beloved. When you move into the unknown, beyond everything, the beloved caresses you. It is not enough to love me. I want you to allow me to love you. It is not enough to desire me, to want to be closer to me. I want to reach out to you and grab a hold of you, drawing you into me and never letting you be apart from me again. There is so much more for us to experience, you and me, than simply gazing, even with love, at each other from a distance. Let me take you into my arms. Let me, and someone was, possibly last night, I'm getting someone was, like picturing this, like picturing the two of you laying together with your arms wrapped around each other. I'm getting, let me take you into my arms. Let me hold you until we cease to know or care where you and I once were. Where you and I once were, you and I. For instead, we will be one. Will you allow it? Will you allow me? Will you allow us to be? Oh, sweet beloved, the divine, the great beloved has a passionate desire for you, to love you, to touch you, to make the divine presence known to you. so that you will cease to fear the darkness, take delight in all of life, and become mesmerized by the beauty of love in its endless emanations. But how we resist love at first. Oh yes, we have been burned before, have we not? Abandoned, betrayed, so painfully disappointed, cast aside, and have suffered at the hands of some unworthy lover. Can this great divine love affair be tarred with the same brush, with the same bitter expectations that keep the heart closed? You are too beautiful to be hidden away behind a bitter and gated heart. That is unworthy of you. So then, can you allow the great beloved to reach for you, to receive that sacred touch every day, to be spoken to with words of love, to receive? You who give of yourself, can you recognize the beloved wishes to give to you too? These need not be mutually exclusive happenings. Come now, deep down, you know the genius of the divine is such that in being received, much is given. You shall not be selfish in letting yourself be seen and loved. Wow, you guys, exactly what I was saying. You are not selfish for expressing your wants and needs, okay? Here they are telling you loud and clear here, okay? Allow it, rejoice in it. Take delight in allowing yourself to receive life, and let the world soak up the ardent glow of your sensual surrender into the great beloved's embrace. This oracle brings you a message. Something has to change in your physical world. You are in need of more sustenance, more love, more connection, and more nourishment that touches your body and soul and brings them into deeper oneness with each other, with life, with love. Dare you open up and allow that love in. The great beloved has desired that this be so. Will you heed that holy desire? Will you allow love in? Say yes. And again, back to the being a yes person, okay? Very important to walk through open doors right now, okay? If you find this difficult, now is the time to gently, carefully tend to the walls you once placed between yourself and life. Walls of tentativeness, excessive caution, fear of abandonment and betrayal, doubt of your own lovableness, and doubts based on past pain without substance. You are so much greater than these crumbling walls. The dam, you guys, the dam that was breaking, right? They are the stuff that is designed for demolition, not devotion and honoring. Can you begin to unpack the bricks you mistakenly believed were essential to your safety and well-being? You are too vast a sea for that small puddle of thought now. The oceanic world of love is your true home, and the sun is beating down upon you. It is too hot a gaze at the ocean longingly from afar, or even stand by its edge. Strip off your layers, run to the ocean and dive in. This oracle brings you special guidance. An offer of opportunity is on its way to you, or has recently been presented. It may be an idea you have been nurturing or one presented to you by another person. Sit with it. Do you feel exhilaration? Do you feel energy at the thought of saying yes? Then say yes. Allow yourself to receive. There is divine encouragement in taking risks that feel wild and alive to your heart. Sacred honoring ritual. Place your hands in prayer and say, may the almighty divine love and my most beloved brother Rumi bless me with the ability to truly receive in all ways divine abundance and prosperity being delivered to me now by the grace and mercy of the heavens. May I clear and heal any resistance to receiving life truly, that I may attain my divine destiny and know and receive love truly in all its majesty. So be it. You can rest for as long as it feels good. Then you have finished your honoring ritual. Somebody here needs to buy a lottery ticket. All right, my loves. That was a very beautiful, intense, exhausting energetically for me reading, but I feel so much joy right now, and I'm so happy for all of who this is for. I hope this helped you. I hope it gave you a little bit of guidance, and most importantly, I hope it helps strengthen your intuition on what you're already knowing and feeling. I love you very much, and until next time, love and light.